Your toddler is going to cry at preschool. Every kid does. So that was never the question. The question is what happens in those 2 minutes after? And here's what nobody tells you before the first day. Your toddler has ever only come back down from a big feeling one way, and it's with you, your arms, your voice. And on the first day of school, you're at work. That's the gap. Stick with me. I'll show you how to build the one skill that works when you're not in the room before the first day. I'm Cherie, former teacher and a mom. Okay, so let me show you a real day and be honest because this was me too. It's still me. The block tower falls, the wailing starts, and what happens in the next 3 seconds? You happen. You swoop in, you scoop them up, you rebuild the tower, you find the snack, you make it better because you love them. And honestly, because it's fastest and it works. At home, the storm ends because you end it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not you. Your toddler isn't being dramatic and they're not broken. But here's what's quietly happening underneath it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Every big feeling is like a wave. It has a top that's first huge spike and it has a bottom where it settles back down on its own. And every time you swoop in those first 3 seconds, you catch them at the top of the wave, which means your toddler has never once written it down to the bottom and found out the bottom is even there. They don't know the feelings can end because someone has always ended it for them. Now, picture the first morning of preschool: 12, 13, 14 kids, one room. The tower falls. The wailing starts. Your kid looks up, and the person who ends the storm isn't there. The teacher is kind, but she's helping other kids, and there are 11 others. So the wave just it keeps going. Not because your kid is too sensitive, but because their whole way back from feeling is a person. And that person is not there. That person is at work. That's the gap. They don't need to learn to just stop crying. They need to learn how to come back. And right now, the comeback only runs through you. And the comeback is actually a muscle. If it never gets used, it never grows, it never gets stronger. So the storms that should be shrinking by age 3 stays just as big as they were at 18 months. And I know the worries sitting underneath all of this because preschool is coming fast. Is your baby ready? They still seem so little. Can they really cope without me all day? So let me tell you what's really at stake. In those first weeks, the kid who melts at 9 a.m. and is still unraveled at 10:30 misses the whole morning. The song, the story, the learning, and faster than is fair. The label shows up. She just cries all day. He just cries all day. It goes in the note home, and it isn't even true. She cried the same 2 minutes every kid cries. She just had no way back. And here's the part most parents don't know: a long, rocky cry floods a little body with stress that lingers for hours. So she's not just sad, she's locked out of learning for half the day, missing enough of those mornings, and she starts to fall behind. And that's the part that costs you later and catch up to fix what 2 weeks now would have actually prevented. But here's the part that gets me the most. I was a middle school teacher and I met the kid who never built a comeback. The kid who got bad grades at 9 a.m. and the whole day was over. The kid who quit the team after one rough practice, one hard moment, and they were done. Not because they felt too much, but because nobody ever taught them that feelings can end. And maybe coming back from hard things is something you are still wrestling with. And the fix is three small moves. And the third one is almost every parent gets backwards. So stay with me. I put the whole plan in writing for you in my free guide, the preschool checklist. Check the first link in the description. Grab it now so it's wide open so we can actually walk through this together. Here are the three moves. Wait it out. Give them one reset. Notice the comeback. So, step one, wait it out. Starting today, when the small storm hits at home, the towers fall, the banana breaks in half, the wrong cup. Don't swoop in the first 3 seconds. Just stay close, stay calm. Say, I'm right here. And then just wait. Count to 3 slow breaths before you fix anything. I know it feels like the longest 3 breaths of your life. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But 1, 2, 3. Because here's what's happening in them. Your kid is riding the wave down to the bottom and finding out for the first time, maybe, that there is even a bottom. And to be clear, this is not ignoring your child. You're right there. You're just not instant fix. Because at preschool, nobody arrives in 3 seconds. And we're building them for the preschool room. Step 2, give them one reset. Your kid needs one move that lives in their own body, one thing they can do without you. Keep it to one. It may be the big breath. When we get mad, we take our big breath. Show me yours. Here is mine. Let them practice it like blowing out a candle. Who doesn't like blowing out a candle? Then, in every storm this week, the same words every time. Big breath. Don't hand them a toolbox of 5 strategies. A toddler in a storm can't pick from a menu of strategies. Hand them that one tool they can find in the dark and in the middle of it. And by next week, you'll catch their little chest doing the breathing before you even say it. Step 3, notice the comeback. This is the one almost every parent gets backwards. We aim everything at the tears. Stop crying. You're okay. You're fine. Wrong target. The tears was never the problem. So when your child comes back down, that's the moment you mark. Look at them warm and plain and say, you were mad and you came back. That's it. That's the whole thing. You're not praising calm, you're praising the return. You're praising them using their strategies because whatever gets noticed actually gets repeated. And the return is the skill that carries them through the classroom and honestly through their whole life. If this just flips something in you, subscribe. Every week, I show you one more gap like this and exactly how to close it. That's what this whole channel is about. Here's what these 3 moves actually get you, and I'm going to keep it honest. Within a couple of weeks, the storm at home gets noticeably shorter. You'll see the wave come down on its own. But watch where it really pays off. First week of preschool, the marker breaks or the goodbye stings, and your kid may cry because they're a toddler and toddlers cry, and then their little chest rise. The big breath. And 2 minutes later, they're back at playing with their friend, playing with the Play Doh table without you. And let me tell you what the teacher just saw, because I've been the teacher. She saw a kid who can handle school. That's the kid she had a great day at pickup. Who doesn't get the cry all day label? Who doesn't lose the morning and fall behind? And the long game is even bigger. A kid who learns at 3 that feelings end becomes the 12, 13-year-old who takes the bad grade and breathe and asks to fix instead of falling apart. And you'll feel it the first time you watch them come back without you. That quiet, I gave them that. I did that. Only you, 3 breaths at a time. That feeling is the whole reason I do this. So here it is. One more time. Wait it out. Give them one reset. Notice the comeback. That's how the big feelings gap closes before the first day of preschool. And it's just one of the 5 gaps that decide how those first weeks for your kid feels. I put the 5 gaps in my free guide, the preschool checklist. That's where a 5-minute check inside that tells you exactly which gap is your specific kid's gap and the simple plan for each. Click the link in the description. Grab it. It's going to be your homework for tonight. And I'll keep it real with you. There will be tears at preschool. Ready was never 0 tears. Ready is recovery. 2 minutes of crying, then back to playing. I've watched a kid sit in the car for an hour on day 1, cry walking in day 2, and run into the room by day 3. That's not failure. That's the comeback working. And what we're building is the comeback. And that's the part they can absolutely own before school starts. So tonight, 2 things. At bedtime, when everyone is calm, teach the big breath. Show me yours. Here is mine. Then the next small storm that hits, stay close. Count your 3 breaths before you swoop in. Say big breath. And when they come back down, tell them you came back. Good job. That's the skill being born, the one that works in a room you're not in. Now, following directions and handling big feelings are 2 pieces of being preschool ready. There's one more that quietly decides those first weeks, and it's the one most parents never check. Whether your toddler can actually ask for what they need in words a teacher can understand. It's right here. I'll see you there.